So I've been thinking about this video for a few days now, and I just didn't know how to say what I wanted to say. This is actually probably the third time that I've recorded it, because I don't want to make people mad and say things in a negative way, but it's kind of hard not to. Basically what I've been thinking about is, what if Hillary wins the election? What can you do to prepare for that? The people that are intelligent enough to know that there are things that need to be prepared for, the people that are in a situation to prepare, basically the blue collar people that actually work for a living, that there's some things that you need to think about. I have a suspicion that she will win, that she will somehow find her way into the White House. As unfortunate as that is, my reasoning behind it, and just remember this is my reasoning, is that this country is full of lazy people, and lazy people live off from the government. And the reason that they're able to live off the government as easy as they do and as good as they live is because of Democrats. And so, in a nutshell, what you got going on is you got these people that receive all this government assistance. Hold on, I gotta get a drink here. They receive this government assistance, which I'm not totally against it. If you're on government assistance because you're having going through a season in life, and your ultimate goal is to better yourself and get off from the assistance, and you're just kind of using the assistance to better yourself, I'm all for it. But so basically what you got going on here is you got the Democrats saying, if you want to keep receiving this free stuff and this free assistance, then you're going to vote us back in. And I think the majority of the country is lazy. The majority of the country does live off the system, and those people are going to vote Hillary. There's no way around it. So, what do you need to do? What can you do to prepare for Hillary taking office? The first thing that I think is going to be an issue is, well, her husband was the one that put the original assault weapons ban in '94 into place, and what that did was it banned certain features of AR style rifles. They call them military features: bayonet lug, collapsible buttstock, things like that. And not only that, but they put restrictions on what they call high capacity magazines. What I call, and what the gun people culture call it, is normal capacity magazines. And I don't think there's any reason why she wouldn't reinstate such policies. She's very clear that she doesn't like guns. So I believe that she'll probably go ahead and reinstate or try something along those lines. And not only is it going to affect your semi-automatic rifles, AR, AK, SKS, whatever it might be, most of our semi-automatic pistols it's going to affect too. The assault weapons ban and the magazine restriction back then restricted a magazine to 10 rounds. Well, most of your 9mm and besides 380s, most of them hold more than 10 rounds. So it's gonna even affect our handguns, our everyday carry guns. So what I would recommend doing is, if you can afford it, go out and get yourself an AR. This is a Smith & Wesson M&P. It's kind of an entry-level AR, if you will. It works for me. Would I like to have another one or two? Of course I would. I want to build my own. I haven't got around to doing that yet. So some of the things that you can do, if you can't afford an AR right now, you could you could buy a very entry-level AR. Maybe it's not even mil spec. I know one of the sporting goods around here, one of the sporting goods stores around here, oftentimes runs deals on DPMS, and I'm not saying that they're good, they're bad, they're otherwise. I'm just saying that they're a lower quality AR, and that's okay. Go ahead and buy that, and then later on, you can change out whatever parts you want to make it your own. Because I still think that parts are going to be available. I think that there'll always be people that have parts. Another thing you could do is you could buy 80% lowers. Buy a handful of them. Buy a couple handfuls of them. You know, for under $100. I know there was a local store around here. It's kind of an old style general store slash butcher. It's just kind of cool. You just don't see them anymore. You can buy, it's a grocery store, it's sporting goods, it's clothing, they have their own butcher shop. It's just kind of a small town store around here. They were selling lowers for like $40 not too long ago. So along the lines of that, of the lowers, one thing that you could do with the lowers is, if these bans do go into effect, is you could either build yourself a gun or you could sell them, because they're going to go up in value. I know with the original weapons ban in '94, anything that was manufactured before that and was owned by an individual was grandfathered in. So so you own an AR, you own 15 mags, those are all grandfathered in. So whatever you own beforehand is only going to increase in value if you're looking to go the money route, or it's going to give you the opportunity to have a gun that you otherwise wouldn't be able to have. The other thing that I recommend is you stock up on magazines. This is just a standard GI 30 rounder. My favorite mags, the Magpul P mags. These can be had for somewhere around anywhere from $11 to $15. I think even if you don't have a rifle and you think you might be able to get a rifle down the road, start buying magazines now. Because the worst case scenario is you don't get a rifle and the $15 that you spent on the mag is now worth $50, $60. I mean, these things are going to really go up in value. So it's kind of, you could think of it as an investment, like a savings account. So along with the gun stuff, the mags, the ARs, the AKs, basically now is the time to buy ammunition. Every time I go to town, I go into a Walmart or a sporting goods store, and I look and I see what they have on sale. I don't really care if it's 9mm, 40, 380, or 223, 556. If any of those calibers are on sale, I buy a box. Sometimes even if they're not on sale, I buy a box. And you'd be surprised, even every payday, whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, really doesn't matter. Go to town and buy a box of ammo, and pretty soon you got yourself a healthy little stockpile of ammo. I think ammunition is a big thing too. Do I think that ammunition is going to get banned or regulated? I don't know, but I do think that they have ways of so-called regulating it without actually letting people know that they're regulating it, such as, just a couple years ago there was a big ammo shortage, and it was really hard to come by. In fact, 22 ammo in my area is still somewhat hard to come by. I mean, you can find it, but half the time when you walk into Walmart, they don't have it. A lot of places don't have it, or if they do have it, it's the Remington or the Winchester, and my guns really only feed 100% reliable on CCI mini mags, so that's really the only ammunition that I'll buy. And the chances that I run into CCI mini mags is like slim to none. So when I run into it, I buy it. I try to buy them out because it's not really all that expensive. So this is just my thoughts on things that you, as if you're watching this video, then you're obviously probably into guns. You're into prepping a little bit. You're into you know, your rights, and I feel like they're going to be stripped away. I feel like this erection. I feel like this election very well could be rigged. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what's going to happen. But all I know is all I can do is prepare the best that I can and hope that it's enough. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you.